I've been looking for and experimenting with a solution for a good rearview mirror for my e-bike for a long time. I ride between 20 and 40 miles a day in a heavily trafficked Northern California town. And the one area that has always presented some ongoing dangers is the inability to quickly see what's coming up behind me. Hi, I'm Kirby with Augustine e-bikes, and in this video I'll show you my solution for an onboard rearview mirror for my e-bike. I've tried using rear view mirrors, and they're completely impossible to see clearly what's coming up behind you. No offense to the many cyclists who use them all the time. I've looked into small rear mounted cameras meant for motorcycles and could never find a viewing camera monitor kit worth the money. I've tried using a rear mounted camera using Wi Fi on my phone. It was absolutely awful. The signal kept breaking up every 5 seconds. It was completely unreliable, no matter what the marketing material says. So I'm taking my giant Talon 29er with a 1500 watt rear hub motor, and will walk you through my final solution, which is a rear mounted action camera that's hardwired through a 3-foot HDMI cable to a 6-inch monitor. Now, this monitor is designed for professional cameras, but I'm mounting it on the front of my bike. I've got a relatively inexpensive action camera that can't record anymore because the SD card is stuck inside the slot. So I'm using this for my rear view, which is mounted on an action camera bike mount. I bought a really good 6-inch monitor from the company Newer, a company I've had many audio products from, and they always surprise me with the quality of their products. I'm connecting the camera with a 3-foot HDMI cable. There's a micro connector for the camera and a full HDMI connector for the monitor. And once you boot up the camera and turn on the monitor, you can see a smooth video image with no jitter, great quality. The monitor comes with a large selection of adjustments in the menu, so before I take my test ride, I'll make sure a few adjustments such as brightness and color are adjusted. And also another important one, because the camera is mounting on the rear, there's actually an adjustment which I'll show you later where you flip the image on the monitor horizontally. So you go from right to left or left to right. But anyway, I'll show that to you in a minute. In order In order for me to mount the monitor on my bike with a solid phone mount, I need to move my SW900 LCD and mode button to the side to make space for it. For all things e-bike or bike, always make sure that you have a great set of Allen wrenches. I have a bunch of different sets, metric, standard, and boy do they come in handy when you're working on bikes. So I'm loosening the Allen wrench screw on the mode button so I can slide it up against the gear shift. I had an extra phone mount that fits both the handlebars as well as the SW900 LCD. Just make sure that you have enough slack in the connecting wires to make the move. I had a situation just recently where the SW900 wires to the controller get slightly pinched, so it's cutting off the full electricity, so it consequently stopped working. So I'm going to mount the monitor on my bike's stem where the SW900 was formerly mounted. Then I'm replacing my onboard analog clock with a smartwatch that provides me with everything from local weather to social media messages and beyond, but most importantly, it provides me with an accurate time. I'm attaching the hard shell phone mount onto my bike's stem where the SW900 was. Because the monitor has a battery on the back, I will need to secure the monitor with the additional rubber holder that comes along with it. I struggled with securing the monitor to the phone mount, so I opted for an alternative method and placement. I got a soft shell phone mount with a rubber base and larger rubber holders. It's a much better fit and it's going to absorb the shocks from the road in a much more efficient way. I also use two zip ties to secure the monitor even more so. I also chose to mount it on the handlebar instead of the stem. Next, I'm connecting the camera mount to my seat post just above my water bottle cage. It's got a quick release and is easy to attach as well as unattach. It's made up of a combination of action camera accessories. I mean, it's such a clever system with the right parts you can create almost any kind of camera mount. Originally, GoPro created the concept, and now all action cameras are using the same system, which is great. They all work together with each other. Before I take it for a test ride, I want to hook up the camera to the monitor and make sure that everything works. I think as you can see, I'm getting a great signal from the camera, so this is great. As I mentioned earlier, the monitor comes with a large selection of adjustments on its menu. So I've adjusted the color and brightness to my liking. And finally, I need to flip the screen horizontally so I can get an accurate image of the road behind me. And now that everything works, it's all set. Time to take it for a test ride.